Live now.
Live right now?
Yeah.
You mean it? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's so exciting. Hello, everybody. Everybody who might be joining or waiting for the live stream to start. My name is Bill Yost, and you are joining the funniest hour on LinkedIn. It is a considerably and almost in the ground bar. This is live. We are doing this for fun. There's really no agenda. We are just some LinkedIn people who like to laugh.
And he froze, which is somehow beautiful and perfect.
Am I back?
You're back, Bill.
That's perfect. Okay. Well, we're back. Internet is not trustworthy when you need it to be at the most important times. We're live. There's no agenda. There's no bandwidth either, apparently. Today, I am joined with Brianna, who is a professional yapper, Brooke, our benevolent dictator, and Nick, our chief officer of weirdness. We are going to try to keep it real today, make people laugh. This is a Friday. We're not here to sell you any thought leadership or any products. We're just here to have a good time. So if you could oblige us, have fun in the comments. We're reading them at the end of this. We're going to go through some of the funnier comments and just have a little roundtable discussion. So with that, Brooke, do you want to kick us off?
Yes. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, we are so excited about this. We have been working on this for quite a while, and I see everyone in the comments. Hi, David. Hi, everyone, for joining. You guys are amazing. We love you with all of our hearts. One thing we wanted to kick off and talk about was all of us is something that we can relate to is viral posts that we've made that like what's amazing about it is we posted them without realizing that they would ever go viral. I know for all four of us, it was just stuff that we threw up and was like, okay, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And for me, that was actually whenever I wrote a letter to Chipotle corporate, okay, asking them to sponsor me and to add the Brookerito to the menu. And I will literally drop a link to that post in the comments because apparently people thought it was very cringe. And that was my first debut on LinkedIn Lunatics. And I'm so honored. I've been a 3-time LinkedIn Lunatics Hall of Famer, and I'm super proud of it. It was very humbling and very embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. And Chipotle has not, as of yet, sponsored me, but they did send me a fanny pack, a Chipotle fanny pack, and a burrito keychain. So who's laughing now? And that was my first intro. And I know that Nick, you also landed on there too, if you want to talk about that a bit too.
Yeah, I feel like it's a badge of honor more than it is shame at this point. Like I feel like getting on LinkedIn Lunatics is something every good creator should aspire to. But maybe that's just my take on it. But yeah, I pulled the post that came to mind for me just now was like this one that I put up at the start of it all, like 5 minutes ago, or 5 months ago. Brooke, I'll drop. Did you already drop it in here?
Already you dropped it.
In. All right,
I'm
cool.
in charge of the links.
Yeah. So I put this up like kind of right when I don't know, things were feeling weird, like the whole January came through and the administration changed and everything, and I was just like, you know what, everything feels like it's on fire. And so I just started writing stuff like this. And back then everybody was like obsessing about how to start, spot AI posts and just flaming everybody. And I was like, you know what, this feels like not the most important thing to be worried about right now.
Right.
And so I put it up, and yeah, this one took off, and then it ended up on LinkedIn Lunatics as well. Mostly positive feedback, but you never know. You could always get torched on there as well. So yeah, that was mine.
I love that for you. And then Bill, I know you had your Blink 182 situation. If you want to talk about that too.
Oh my gosh. I have been waiting for so long to just put some color into this situation, just to set the stage.
I'm dropping links to all of these viral posts I'm talking about in the comments, just a heads up to everybody. Sorry, Bill, please continue.
Yeah, but if you comment Blink 182 on mine, I'm not going to accept your connection request today, or maybe if we have a lot of mutuals. But I was with my dad. He was getting a tattoo at my tattoo guy, because I got a cool dad and we're all inked up. And I didn't want to sit there for 4 hours and be like third wheel on his tattoo date. And so I just left the shop and went to a pub nearby to just like get a quick lunch. And I walk into this shop that's full of locals, because nobody actually goes into a pub in Boulder at 11:30 a.m. So the bartender was even like, what the hell are you doing here, man? So I have a drink. I answer some emails because I was traveling for work the week before. And then I just get this idea of like, what if I smash 90s nostalgia into like a Billy Mays ad and put that on LinkedIn. And I had seen a lot of those posts that are like, clicked capital letter word or post capital letter words for whatever thing, like some AI prompt that helps you or whatever. And so I decided to just lean into all of it. And I framed this post up from the pub, chuckled a little bit and sent it, expecting like my inner circle to giggle at it. And it was also Saturday afternoon now. So like, who's on LinkedIn dealing with this? And within minutes, it's just spiking. I think I ended up with like 5,000 followers within that 24-hour period just because I said post Blink-182. And as I reflect on it, I have no idea why it worked other than maybe it was just so freaking weird that it confused the algorithm. But like Brooke and Nick, landed me on LinkedIn Lunatics. I'm very proud of it. I thought it was funny. They clearly didn't recognize the bit, but that seems to go around often there.
That's amazing. I love that so much. And then Brianna, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I love all of you, but yours is my favorite because I was on the verge of tears when you were telling me about this in our prep call yesterday.
Mine is not a LinkedIn Lunatics moment, although something I did was highlighted there. I have never gotten so many DMs over a post than recently when I posted as like a joke, like, did I or did I not send my Nick Cage newsletters to his agents? And that was very true. I think I got like 25 DMs like almost immediately where people were like, I honestly can't tell with your writing if this is satire or is this like a legit thing. And I'm like, I don't play about our national treasure ever. I had actually sent their team a LinkedIn message. It was like 11 o'clock at night the other night and I couldn't sleep. And I was like, I'm just going to Google what agency he's at. They're on LinkedIn and I sent them my post and all I got was a response the next day that was probably like somebody like direct her in another direction. Like, and they said, please send this to the following email. So I am 3 agents, 1 publicist, and 2 other people away from Nick Cage on an email thread.
I love this for you so much. This is going to happen for you. I'm convinced of it. And it's amazing.
Can we talk about how I confused Bill and Nick Cage in our private chat yesterday too?
He did.
Just for a second, like handsome doppelganger over here of Nick Cage, like a younger. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, no, we have a private Discord chat where we were planning this live, and Brianna's profile picture was one of Nick Cage with like his breezy hair blowing, and then the other one was just Bill with his normal face, and Nick was like kept thinking we were the same person. It was actually very, very funny. Very, very funny.
It's easy to confuse.
So before we move on to the next section, I know we have a rapid fire question, Brianna.
I didn't actually prepare Brianna for this because I decided to do this when we were going live. So I'll do it. Have you all ever drafted posts and immediately deleted them? Yes or no? We'll go around the horn. Brooke.
Yes, immediately. I write drafts all of the time. And actually, we were talking about this too. I do wish so badly that LinkedIn allowed you to save multiple drafts because I have all of these ideas that come to me, but I can't tell you how many times I start to be like, this is a good idea. And I get to the end and I'm like, no, they aren't ready. They aren't ready for this. It's too much. It's too much.
Okay, Nick.
Every single day. And actually, I often will post them and then know that I'm either going to delete them in an hour or decide like 5 minutes later. So shout out to my real friends over here who catch the ones before I delete them. And I've actually, a couple of days ago, someone screenshotted a post that I deleted like 5 minutes later and posted it as a comment on some other like viral post. So I was like, oh, great. I got to look that one up. So yeah.
This is why you press the bells on Nick Power's profile, everybody. It gets you instant notifications. Take the algorithm out of this equation. I'll answer the question next. I have absolutely drafted posts and deleted them. My friend Morgan is not able to watch today, but she receives screenshots of them sometimes. That's the only record of truth for me because some of my posts should just never be seen by the world. Brianna, do you ever delete your comments or your drafts?
Hell no.
Of course.
Everybody asks me all the time. They're like, how I've gotten so many DMs where they're like, how do you come up with bangers? I'm like, dude, I really truly am letting my intrusive thoughts drive this bus now.
You're a level of brave I genuinely aspire to be. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like I've gotten so much more confident whenever it comes to posting on LinkedIn, but I definitely second guess myself all the time. Okay, awesome. So guys, we have several other rapid fire questions. And Bill, I'm gonna ask you to do number 1, if that's okay, if you have that up.
The funny, weird, vaguely existential.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What's your most unhinged LinkedIn search history?
Yeah. So I'm going to take this one because I'm going to straight like I say this all the time. I'm either going to end up with a Chipotle sponsorship or a cease and desist. Like, there's no in between. And I think people think it's like a joke. And I'm glad that people think it's funny, but like, it's not. I've never been more deadly serious about anything in my life. So I regularly check in on the Chipotle corporate team on LinkedIn, and I look them up, and whenever the new COO was placed, he used to work for Taco Bell, okay, and now he works for Chipotle, and I immediately sent him a connect request, and I sent him a message saying, hey, congrats on the new role, it's so exciting, you have the best job ever. And he never responded, but he did accept my connect request. So my search history is literally like the chief people officer, the CEO, and the COO of Chipotle, probably once a week, just so that they can see me peeking in on them. Okay, that like they all have LinkedIn Premium.
How many Chipotle burritos do you think you've eaten in your life, ballpark? We need to know.
Realistically, oh my God, I don't know. It's weird.
Like how many zeros are on the end of the number?
Yeah, how many commas?
I was like 25, and then I just really got into Chipotle. I'm 29 now, so I don't know. 1,000.
I'm a data guy. We can figure this out offline. We'll get a spreadsheet going.
I order it at least once a week, like at least once a week, and it's been an ongoing, consistent.
And it's always the Brookerito, right?
Always the Brookerito, patent pending. Add it to the.
That thing is a brick.
It is. I love that I've started weighing it every time, and it's on the cusp of 2 pounds pretty consistently. And I love it too, because I have grown men who order it and they're like, I just ate this whole thing and I'm about to die. And I get those DMs, and it's amazing. It's so funny. So
okay. One word to describe your relationship with the LinkedIn algorithm, Nick.
Toxic.
Great. Anything to expand on that, Nick?
I mean, I don't know. Y'all got to relate. Like, it's like some days I love writing things on the internet, and then some days I'm like, man, I'm ready to disappear forever and never touch a computer again. So I don't know. I feel like LinkedIn, especially some of the time when you like write something in like 2 seconds and then it goes completely viral, or like you spend like, a week thinking about a post and then you put it up and it's like 2 likes and you're like, cool, thanks for that. So yeah, I don't know.
Nobody cares about my thought leadership. All right. LinkedIn gives you admin access to the algorithm for 5 minutes. What do you do first, Bree?
I'm going to become insufferable. I'm going to make you guys see nothing but hamburger helper content for the next 3 weeks.
Like she's got stock in the company.
That earned media value just went.
I'm going to hit 100K.
All right, I'll do the last one. What corporate buzzword makes your soul leave your body? I said it already. Thought leadership. If you have thought leader in your LinkedIn headlines, stop it. Stop it right now. Stop doing that. No one's making you. Okay. Who are we off to next?
I'll take it.
I don't know. Nick.
I'll take it. Yeah. So we've all had some interesting comments. I've had some interesting ones today. Some interesting comments today, but I want to hear what are the most interesting, random, insane comments that you've seen in your section. So, most unexpected thing that's happened, basically. Brooke, you want to kick us off? What do you got?
You know what? It's funny. And also I want everyone to answer this question in the comments too. Like I want to hear what the weirdest thing that's ever happened in one of your comment sections is, because
Yes.
I say this all the time, but like the comment section really is where the magic happens. The content creation is great. You know, I enjoy posting. As you guys know, I post like 45 times a day. It's a problem at this point. But one point I had the chief of NASA comment on one of my posts, and that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life, because NASA, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just so weird. Like he thought one of my posts was funny and he commented, and like it was actually him. Like I checked because I was like, this has to be like some bot account or something. And also speaking of bot accounts, one of the recent ones, and I posted about this too, was one of those recruiter bots. But it was named Kamala Harris, and it commented on one of my posts, and it was like, "You're a great fit for one of these jobs." And I was like, "Kamala, bestie, oh my gosh! I know it's been rough since the election, but what are you doing here?" And it was, like I said, one of those bots. Totally different picture, but it made me laugh hysterically. So the comment section is fun, guys. It's always a big party, and I think it's really where like these relationships are actually forged and fostered. So I always say, like, if you're trying to grow your network, yeah, posting is great, but spend time in other people's comment sections too. It helps people get to know you better. So yeah, Nick, what about you?
I'm trying to find the picture. I promise I'll find it before the live is over. But my favorite comment that I've ever received, and I still am kind of shocked to this day that I got it. Back when things started getting crazy in March, when people were starting to kind of discover me more, somebody posted fan art of their cat dressed up as me in my profile picture in like a flannel that matched mine. And I saved that picture. I didn't save many of like the memes and stuff that I got during that time. There were like, I don't know, like 60 or 75 memes that somebody or that random people had made, but like different people. But like this, oh man, I got to find this image and I'll show it to you guys. It was probably one of my favorite things that I've ever seen on the internet, just because the comment, because you have to write text next to the picture.
Right.
And so the text next to the picture was Nick Meower. So yeah. Bill, how about you?
Oh, there's so much wild stuff that happens in my comments. I echo what Brooke was saying. Like, that's a great place to engage and have a good time. I end up laughing hysterically in there. Every now and then, a person who's typically a second or third degree connection will come in and I'll read their comment and be like, "Oof, you must be new here," because the joke is just like going way over their head or something. This happened a couple weeks ago when I just made a flippant comment of like, "No, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT invented the M dash." It's your background's screwing it up, Nick. The foggy thing is not making it. Fix your background. I'll keep telling you.
I'll get it working. I'll get it working.
All right. So I was like, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT invented the M dash, right? Because I'm over this M dash discourse as much as anybody else. So I'm just kind of going the other way of like, how hard can we bag on it? Right. And this individual took me quite seriously and was like getting a little pompous, like, "You should read more books. The M dash has been around since the old authors or whatever." And so I'm screenshotting this to. Oh, there we go. I'm screenshotting this to Nick Meower in the flesh.
That is, I have missed this. I have not seen this. That is phenomenal.
I don't know if y'all can see it
Yeah, we can see it. It's amazing.
Just repost that every month and tag that. They deserve it.
I wish I remembered who exactly did it.
Make that your profile picture just for 24 hours.
And so since this person is clearly believing that I believe this, I just, leaned into it full bore in that comment and then spent the rest of the evening thinking about how funny that would be to do at scale. So the next day I spent 5 hours pretending in a top level post that I thought ChatGPT invented the M dash and just playing it straight with everybody who showed up in the comments. And it's amazing. You just put these people out who are just like fishing for rage. You can find them. It's quite straightforward. But like, y'all, if you're watching this, you're probably already my first reconnection. I don't really say much serious stuff on LinkedIn. It's a little secret, I'll tell you. Bree, what's your comment?
My comments are like what Brooke said. I feel like my comments are where the real party section is. And like, as much as I interact with like so many people, I never ever expect brands to hop in there. And I like once made a post cracking a joke. Like, I'm the sole reason that the do not disturb button exists for Slack. And they hopped in the comments and they were like, look, we didn't directly put you in there, but you're in the notes. And I ended up getting like over 5,000 profile views, and like 40% of that was Salesforce and Microsoft people who were so
I
upset.
love that for you. That's amazing. Like, honestly, it's funny because I do think that more of these big brands really need to hone in on their LinkedIn audience. Like, I feel like it doesn't get nearly enough attention as it should. And it's also funny too, because I kind of make the comment that, like, I'm sure that the one guy running the Chipotle LinkedIn account is just so sick of me because he logs on every day. And I'm sure most of the notifications are for Brooke Sweetheart. Like, I'm consistent. Okay.
Can I follow up? How many times do you think Brianna's name appears in the Eagle Family Foods Microsoft inboxes?
I was gonna say
Non-zero. I'll go with non-zero. Greater than 1. You got a professional dating analyst on the call to give you that fact. You're welcome for the metrics, everybody.
I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you. And also, like, I will say, tagging the brands that you do believe in and support, I think, is actually a real power play and a power move. Like, you don't ask, you don't get. And like, if anyone's joining it now, I threw it, but I got like a swag bag from Chipotle. And actually, the Wonder Skin brand, who has a Chipotle collab going on, DM'd me on Instagram, and they were like, hey, we see that you're a fan of Chipotle. We'd love to send you one of our Chipotle kits for free. I haven't gotten it yet. I've been checking my mail every day like a psychopath, waiting. I might even DM them again, like, where is it? Because they say it's burrito proof, and I need to prove it. It's not sponsored. It could be if they're watching, but it's not. But they offered to send it to me for free. So tag them, see what happens.
You got to stick this comment from Danny on the screen. He's so right. Brianna's keeping
Oh, 100%. Oh my
She's
God.
carrying that thing on her back.
I will say, like, yeah, Hamburger Helper going viral in 2025 was not on my bingo card. Okay.
Not at all.
That's honestly, to be fair, that's why I think this is taking a long time. I did tell everybody, I did put a teaser in there that it took a month first of tagging them on LinkedIn.
Right.
They sent me a PR box. Nick is the only person who knew what was in that first PR box.
Yeah, do I get the swear words for this live? That's bullshit, Brianna.
He works in marketing.
Listen,
He's a
don't come
trusted ally.
Don't come after us because we had a thing, all right? It's fine.
What's in the box?
It was an entire case of Suddenly pasta. Was not even Hamburger Helper.
That pissed me off so bad. Okay,
What did they say?
So I finally, because like Nick and I talked about this, and I was like, from a marketing point, it's a really big parent company and mistakes are made. Like, it's not somebody going to like Shopify and ordering this. Like, it is a whole other beast over there. And they apologized, then they put me in the private community, which, no surprise there, I'm the only person in it. And they apologized. Their team is so sweet. I still think they're like trying to figure out like what is happening here. They just got the brand last year, but they resent me another box, and it was so much Hamburger Helper. I will post pictures today, finally.
Please.
We're waiting on them to get merch because they have none. Again, they just acquired the brand last year. And again, who would have ever seen this coming? Like, not even me. It started as a joke. I made a joke about, it was like my marketing success. And I was like, do you guys really want to hear about this? Or do you want to hear about how I made Hamburger Helper from scratch? That line like tore through LinkedIn like a rocket. And I was like, all right, here we go.
I love that for you so much. That actually reminds me, and this is totally unrelated, but also back to like the Chipotle thing. There's a guy I follow on TikTok and I can't remember his name, but he's a huge creator. He posts funny stuff, but he called out Chipotle because like he, I guess, kept ordering delivery for like their bowls, their burrito bowls, and they kept forgetting to put forks in. And he was like, the Chipotle forks are so sturdy or whatever. Like, and I haven't gotten a fork. What am I supposed to eat with my hands? Like, what am I, a monster? And they sent him a box and he was so excited because it was from Chipotle, but it was only full of Chipotle forks. And he was so mad and he ran it over with his car. He was like, this is bullshit. Like, I can't believe you just sent me forks. There's no money in here. There's no gift cards, nothing else. Like, I don't need this. And it was iconic. So that's been rent free in my head for forever. I love it.
I feel like they're going to do that to me soon. Like, I feel like I'm going to walk outside one day and there's going to be a pallet of Hamburger Helper being dropped off in my front yard.
Yeah, and then you're not
and they're
going to
be
tell
like,
me.
joke's on you.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now I think it's time for us to move on to our, what we want to do. Sorry. Do you think it's cookie time, Bill? Is it a good time for cookie
We'll
time?
move it to the comments. Let's do our villain origin stories.
Okay. All right, cool. I didn't want to do things out of order, but yeah, we're calling this segment Villain Origin Stories. So it's kind of like we're going to share what sort of led us to doing what we do now and the journey that we're on currently in LinkedIn. So I'll kick that off. But long story short, I know a lot of you guys know this, but some of you may not. I started posting in LinkedIn on February of last year, 2024, because I was making a career switch. I joined a software development boot camp. I wanted to become a software engineer, and I don't have a college degree. It's been like the worst tech market in 1,000 years. And I knew that if I wanted even a shot of someone potentially giving me a job, I needed to meet people and network, which I'd never, ever, ever done before. So I started posting on LinkedIn and sharing like my stories about, what I was learning in my boot camp and, how I'm excited about being a career switcher. And I found LinkedIn to be, at the time, I think especially in the tech space, like most of the people who were really posting consistently were people who were working for big tech, like had been established for years, right? So they like knew what they were talking about. And I think my stuff started standing out because I was showing up kind of being like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I built this calculator app and I know it sucks, but everybody look at it, please. And kind of just connected with people who like had podcasts, had some shows. Shout out to Nick Constantino. I shout him out all the time, but he was my first ever collab I did. He messaged me out of nowhere. He works for Microsoft and he's like a genius. Follow him. He's amazing. And he's so sweet, but he messaged me and he was like, hey, do you want to come on my show and talk about what it's like to be a boot camp student? And I was like, why? Me? Like, are you serious? And he was amazing. It was very sweet. I'm so excited that I said yes to that because it really opened up my confidence that maybe I have something worth saying and like worth sharing with people. And maybe other people could resonate with it too, because I think especially post-COVID, there's been a lot of career switching and pivoting that people have never done before. And I've discovered that most people like myself don't really know what they're doing, but they're trying to figure it out desperately. And it's scary. It is scary to show up online and to be yourself and to be vulnerable. To be honest, you definitely risk being blasted or being hated on or people disagreeing. And that sucks. Like it's definitely happened to me. And if you exist online long enough, it is going to happen to you too. But the cost is so much lower than the benefits, in my opinion. Like I am now a part of this amazing community of people who are genuinely rooting for me. And I'm doing a LinkedIn Live with Bill, Nick, and Brianna. Are you kidding me? Like we didn't even know each other a few months ago. No, I'm serious. Like guys, I don't leave my house and I have cats. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I eat burritos and I make crappy jokes. Like but this is amazing. Like,
hey, those are not crappy jokes. Those are not
Those are
crappy
great
jokes. I laugh every time I see them.
This is really nice. You have a bad sense of humor too, but it's great. And like I love you guys so much. And all of these people who are showing up today, like I'm friends with most of you. And if we aren't connected yet, connect with me. I want to be friends with you. So like, I don't know. It's magic. That was a really long speech. I'm so sorry, but it's true. Like it's just been awesome. And like, I'm such a huge advocate of helping people try to find their voice and figure out how they should show up online. Like all four of us, we love to laugh. We love to be funny. And that's not everyone's thing. And that's totally okay. Like, you don't have to copy anyone else or replicate someone else's winning formula. But I promise, if you do show up as yourself, people are going to notice and you're going to find your tribe. So that's my speech. On to you, Nick.
Hell yeah, Brooke. Love that.
Thank you.
And by the way, thanks for bringing me on earlier. I think you were the second live I ever did.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, appreciate that. That was like, I was like, oh, really, me? So appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. God forbid a man has a nervous breakdown on the internet. Like I had been posting content on LinkedIn. You know, I think I actually looked, my first post, I believe, was like 9 years ago. So been on here for a long time, but didn't really start doing it regularly or daily until like 2 years ago, and was just doing the normal thought leadership thing. Bill, there you go, right there, that word for you. Posting marketing stuff, and I don't know, I was sort of like, I had fun with it, and I met a lot of really cool people and stuff like that. But you know, I think you always bring like a version of yourself to LinkedIn that you feel like you have permission to be, sort of, if that makes sense. Like, you're like, you know, this is a specific platform for a specific audience, and kind of feel like you're being monitored, and, you know, like, you know, what if somebody sees it from work or whatever, and that kind of stuff. And yeah, and then, you know, January came around, and administration changed, and I'll withhold my, you know, soapbox on that. But basically, things started feeling really chaotic and really, you know, insane. And it wasn't just that. Like, I think things were like that for a while, but it just sort of, it hit the fan, you know. And I think at that point, I was like, I started seeing, you know, this stuff that our own administration was putting on the internet. And I started seeing, you know, like, people feeling like they're, you know, people were out of the job for a long time. Like, a ton of people were looking for work. There was just this feeling of like dystopia, and like this feeling of like, what is going on in the world? And so, and then all the while, you know, LinkedIn, most of the stuff I was seeing on here was like B2B, you know, the thought leadership stuff. And it just felt a little bit like, should we like look out the window? Like, should we talk about this?
Yeah.
Like, kind of thing. And so I kind of just like snapped a little bit and was just like, you know what? I see what people are doing on all these other social media networks. And I think LinkedIn too was pushing to become more of like a social media network at that time, or it has been for a long time. And so I was just like, I think this is going to happen either way, whether I do it or not. And so I started kind of just writing jokes, and really as a way, like a personal outlet. Like, I don't think I had like a business outcome attached to it or anything like that. I wasn't thinking about, you know, how much people would like it or not. I was just kind of like, this is what I want to write at this point. I don't really care to write marketing stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Which isn't to say I'll never do it again, but you know, I'll not doing it now. And yeah, kind of just snapped and started writing the jokes every day. Started, you know, playing with like talking about what was happening more, at least from my point of view. And I think people like kind of responded to that, because they were like, damn, I feel that same way, but nobody else is saying it, kind of thing. Or at least, you know, nobody that I was seeing. So yeah, I'm glad that it was received well in retrospect. I think it could have gone, you know, several different ways, but I think that, you know, what I love to see is just people being themselves more on LinkedIn, like kind of like letting their hair down, and like that kind of thing. And so I think I feel like I'm grateful I got the chance to kind of experience that.
I love that, Nick. Yeah, you have been such a breath of fresh air. Like, I literally remember whenever I first discovered you and your content, I was like, this guy is actually really, really funny. Like, there just aren't many people that can make me actually cackle out loud, and you consistently do. And then I just love how we got connected. Like, I think it's so cool, and honestly serendipity that we ended up actually connecting and, you know, becoming friends and having this community. We have a lot of intersections. Like, you know, I'm not in marketing, I'm in tech, but yet we still have a lot of overlapping connections, and people who I think are really just hungry for this sense of community. I think people are feeling kind of more isolated and divided more now than ever. And I think it's very human of us to want to connect and want to be a part of something, and especially part of something that isn't just like hateful and really just awful and cynical. So that's great. That's awesome. So yeah, Bill, let's hear yours. And also your hair looks incredible today. Everyone compliment his hair in the comments.
I'll accept it. I accept it in the comments. Thank you. I use a fan on the floor to do some air drying before we prep for the live. I was on a beach in Hawaii drinking a Mai Tai on my phone when I learned about Nick Power. That's my fun fact. Makes me feel so freaking, who the hell is on LinkedIn on the beach? But that's where I learned about Nick. I had been starting to post some weirder stuff for about a month leading up to when I heard of like when Nick was started to pop hard and when I was in Hawaii, mostly leaning into just common frustrations that data analysts hit in their day to day. My kind of brain breaking moment was I left my job at Google. I had some time in between. And what I realized is I had this like immense, wicked niche corporate humor energy that I was throwing at the other analysts at Google. There was a lot of them, right? And so I could make silly songs or memes or just send funny IMs in the same style that you would see in like my posting, and just to make people laugh, because I've gone through a lot of sad times in my life. I just try to laugh through as much of the rest of it that I have as possible, right? That's my philosophy. And so I didn't have anywhere to put this, like this energy. I'm not looking at the comments right now. I can't. I'm going to drop it. I can't.
Sorry, Bill. I'm sorry.
I can't stop.
No, I have this. We did ask for it, and I did ask for it in fairness. Okay, so I didn't know where to put this energy. And one day I was just looking on LinkedIn, and my feed was just the most boring stuff in history, man. I came from an internal audit consulting company, so there's lots of their like thought leadership on like, we send a survey to some executives and here's what they think about implementing risk frameworks or whatever, right? And I'm just like, Bria, I'll do that voice later. Cool, I'll file that one away. And in the people analytics space, it was just like lots of this, like the same people just posting the same stuff over and over again. And what I saw from being on the inside is a lot of the like really good analysts that I knew and worked with like didn't really deal with LinkedIn. Like they just don't care. They weren't really present on there. So I wasn't gathering a lot of like on the ground value there either. So I just started like posting the stuff that frustrated me and made me laugh at the same time. And it started to like get a bit of a following of analysts who were like, oh yeah, I have also sworn at a VLOOKUP before. We're going to be friends now, Bill. And like, bring it on, everybody. Spreadsheet frustrations for days over here. But then I saw Nick's posts that are just, you know, started to lean more comedy, existential dread, F capitalism, whatever you want to say. And I'm like, oh, comedy just works here. And so I just started to orient it a little more weird towards just like corporate satire or just like weird things that we all encounter in our day to day, or comment Blink 182 and I'll accept your connection request, right? It's just like from there, I realized there are no rules. Like echoing what Nick said, you always feel like you're being monitored. And like, you know, what if I say something that my coworker is going to see? Of course, I keep it clean. You know, I'm not going to treat it like Reddit or whatever, because my name and my employer is still associated with what I'm posting. Right. But I think it's okay to just be yourself and like take the mask off, because I don't wear my mask at work either. This is exactly how I operate in my team. Any one of my teammates will tell you like I'm this much of a clown on the other side of corp, but like I still get the work done, right? Like it's that's the important part, is we're trying to like all get to a common goal here, which is do the work and maybe enjoy it a little bit. Oh,
I'm sorry.
We need a wave of. We need a wave of Bill memes, like Bill with like shirt off, running down the beach, like hair like in the wind. Sorry, Bill.
So my point is, my coworkers often will say like, "Hey, I recognize you from your LinkedIn posts," especially if I go to California and visit, you know, the corporate headquarters or whatever. And it's a great way to meet people. Honestly, I see like a lot of folks will say like, "I saw your posts. I think they're funny." Again, I'm not out here to try to make enemies or make people feel bad. So I hope ultimately like my posts are bringing people together. But going back to what we said earlier, like doing this at this sort of scale, like, yeah, it brings some unsavory types who are just looking to cut you down. Yeah. I will say amongst this group, I'm probably the most liberal with the block button. Like I've been through so much sadness in my life with my medical history and everything like that, that like, I just don't need some clown I've never heard of on LinkedIn, like ruining my day. So it's just like, hey, okay, you're just here to be negative and just like shit on my community or whatever. block. It's pretty straightforward for me, but I know everybody has their different scale on where they fall on that in particular. But I'll just say, if you're out there and you're ever on the fence of using the block button, I say do it.
Yeah, Bill, you got me
Brianna.
to block several people.
Yeah. No, hey, listen, you know what? It's your social media account on the phone that you all pay for and the internet that you all pay for. So it's like, there's nothing wrong with removing people who are just honestly absolute haters. Like, and I like to be careful with that, because it's okay if people have different opinions. I'm all for having a conversation, learning from each other, educating, like obliterating ignorance and getting rid of divisiveness. I'm a huge advocate for that. But at the same time, there are people on here who are just like, you suck. And I'm like, okay, all right, you got to go. And I don't need to read that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. So Bree, I need you to get into your story.
It's going to be a fun one. I mean, I agree with you guys 100%. I think I actually might probably be a little bit more aggressive with the block button over Bill. Like, I will watch what people are doing if they're like commenting. If somebody is making a post to tear people down and I see people like dogpiling me in comments, like, I will block you, because you're not going to smile in my face and then be in my DMs. Because I think after working for marketing for over 10 years, this is something that I think Nick's probably seen a lot. Brands go through that all the time, and people look at brands as just a brand, but there's somebody else on the other side of that screen who has to look at your messages and question their life, question if they're doing the right thing. Like, they go through mental breakdowns, and it's just the mental impacts from negativity. Like, that's not, my content's not for you. Like, if my jokes go over your head, I will block you, because it's just, I'm not going to hold your hand. Like, we're adults. It just goes over your head. And I tell people all the time, my content's not for you. I have a very different background with all this. I've been on LinkedIn for 10 years. Crazy. I did not start using it till about 2 years ago, because I was in the CPG industry as a marketer, and that is consumer packaged goods. So I worked for beverage brands. And I saw all the humor that CPG companies were really starting to come to the table with, like breaking through the noise. It's like, for example, Dude Wipes. Like, I went viral last year with my interview with Dude Wipes. If you don't know the story, you can go find it in my newsletters. But that was like kind of like the small blip where I was like, oh, people want to have a good time on here. Like, they want to laugh. Like, this was really funny stuff. And I connected with so many people who were like the beginning of that like tiny little ripple that I think all of us probably saw within the last couple of years that like got us here. And I had posted nothing but like marketing memes and stuff before, but it was around March where I was like, my mental health is in a great place. I just want to write. I want to be funny. Like, I want to make people laugh who relate to a lot of the things that I've gone through, or, start making references. Like, just start entertaining yourself first.
Yes.
And I came across Nick's content first in March, and I was like, oh, he gets it. If he gets it and he's a marketer, I can do this too. And I can finally write about what I want to write. Like, it really was like inspiring to see somebody take those risks and just be like, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. I'm going to be myself. Because again, like what you said, Bill, I'm the same goofball at work. Like, somebody told me one time that they were like, I just would love to be a fly on the wall in your Slack channels. And I was like, you guys have no idea. Like, I am the resident personality hire for sure. And I just started posting without an agenda of like, I'm just going to start posting intrusive thoughts. I'm going to just, write like I want to make myself laugh. If nobody else is showing up to laugh, I'm going to make myself laugh at least while I'm here. And magic things started happening. I started connecting with so many of you. I showed you all, I could pinpoint the moment that I like connected with each one of you.
Yeah.
Nick, early on, I had made memes and we started interacting, and it was so fun. I decided to start a rumor one day on a Friday where I was like, hey, everybody at 12 o'clock today is going to change their profile picture to Nick Power.
It was so funny.
I didn't ask. I didn't DM. I just started DMing people random stuff, like telling them already, like, This is the thing. It started. I didn't start it. Somebody did. Here we are. And so many people like did it and were responding and were like, this is the funniest thing ever. Like, yes, I want to do this. And I was like, yeah, okay, like this is going to be a fun time on here. Like it wasn't about anything other than just making people laugh and like letting him know, like, we see what you're doing here and we really appreciate you for leading a lot of this. I DM'd Brooke. I had, again, this was like way before I hit, you know, any kind of like follower growth. And I was probably at like 2,000 followers. I was DMing them like we were already friends. I think I sent Nick like a random DM where everybody was like, I'm so scared to message him. I'm like, I'm just going to say hi. And I sent Brooke a DM that was like, hey, does your back hurt as much as mine does? And at the same exact time, we both were like, from carrying this app, and we died. And it was just so
funny.
So good.
It was so good. And then Bill DM'd me one night and was like, what is this hamburger helper stuff? And I was like, you work at Netflix. I don't know what you're doing here, but I'm going to take you on the craziest story. I'm like, oh, I'll tell you. It was 1995. We're on the way to Blockbuster. And I like go through this insane story. And he was just like, I'm crying like every like couple of breaks because I was typing as fast as I could. Like I just pulled that story out of nowhere. And he was like, this is the greatest ad. Like, I'm dying here. And then he pulled over because he's 3 hours behind us. So he's still, you know, got daylight. He made a AI song. He turned that whole story into a song and sent me my first song about Hamburger Helper. And it was like, we're best friends for life.
It was pretty good. I made a song last night. Nikki made a comment about one of my posts having an emo lyric in it, so I blew up the whole emo song. It was pretty good. I'm gonna post it later.
But it was just so fun getting to do that, and I've met so many incredible people. I started doing coffee chats, which was super fun. In April, Jacqueline Ladeau, who, if you don't follow her, she's
Love her.
Funniest
She's awesome.
like person, the funniest copywriter. Like, she's hysterical. We just like made a joke one day about like doing a massive coffee chat event for people, and everybody wanted to do it, so we threw it together. It was like really just a networking event and speed dating, but for professionals to find like their communities. And, you know, 70 people joined us and like blew that up. And we have another one of those. Like, we're going to turn it into a thing. Like, the networking events were really good. I think those have like really positive mental impacts for a lot of people. We got so many like positive DMs and comments and so much from that. So it was like, okay, you are making a difference here in such a positive way. And I'm like so appreciative of all the relationships that I've made. I get the world's funniest DMs. Like, I've shared some with you guys. This is why, again, like, I block out so many people because I don't want you coming into my DMs. Like, I don't want to see that. It's only, I'm putting horse blinders on, and I don't care if you don't like that. Like, I don't owe you access to myself or my community.
Good for you.
And I have gotten DMs before. I've gotten a video of kangaroos fighting in somebody's mom's front yard. Like, it wasn't a viral video. It was their own home video. I have gotten DMs. I get a lot of voice memos. They're always like jump scare. But I've had a doctor tell me, like, I can tell you don't use AI to write. And he's like, I want to start marketing my practice like you do. And I'm like, please don't. Like, you have a board to report to. I've had a DM where somebody was reading me Dr. Seuss in a New York smoker's accent that I think might be the greatest voice memo I've ever gotten. So it really is like, I enjoy seeing like so much positivity and bringing so much light, because to everybody's point, like, the world's on fire. There is so much going on out there. We see so much hate, and it's like, block it out. Let's make people laugh. Let's have a good time, and just use your social media for good. Like, I think the reason that I don't have drafts, because the people that are watching, when they brought that up, I really looked at them like that meme, like, you guys have drafts? I don't, but that's because I also, when I started really getting into like the comedy writing on here, I have boundaries. Like, I don't do political stuff, and I don't do any kind of religious content. Like, I'm not gonna ever talk about the things that I hate. I'm not gonna bring drama into the timelines. Like, one that's like years of like being a marketer, just the like media trained side, but also that's just not my lane. That's not what my content's about. It really is just to make people laugh. Everyone, like, it's pop culture, it's nostalgia stuff, or it's stuff going on in like the CPG world. So that has been kind of like my origin story on here. But the hamburger helper stuff, I mean, you guys blew that up so much more than what I was, and I was so worried. I can tell you guys, I was so worried like that my coworkers were gonna think I was the weirdest person ever, if they already didn't. But I forgot, like, I had posted some of the LinkedIn content that I was doing on Instagram, and some of them followed me on there, and they were dying. So I, like, one, it got brought up at quarterly meetings. So imagine having to talk to your team, Brooke, in a corporate setting at a quarterly meeting, and a burrito gets brought up. Yeah. Like, I never been so quiet in my life. I was like, I don't know what we're doing here. And they're like, let's talk about the hamburger helper content. And I'm like, please don't. It was at that moment too, where I was like, they accept me for me. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. So
yeah, I love that. And also, just a first comment I'm actually highlighting is like, how do you get the balls to tag companies like that asking for a friend? Because you have nothing to lose.
Do it. Do it.
The worst
They can untag themselves too.
Just go into it thinking that, like, tell yourself they're not going to respond. They're not even going to see it. Because again, that is giving you the confidence to just go in there and just do it.
Yeah, spot on. Like, honestly, the worst thing that's going to happen is that maybe you get blocked, you know. I don't know. So like I said, I'm not encouraging people to, by the way, stalk these companies' corporate teams like I do. That's a me thing. Okay? You can't take, that's me. You can't take that from me. So don't do that. Respect people's privacy. But also, I just want to say too, because we've been planning this live, this is kind of leading into the next segue because I want to respect everybody's time. But Bill's mom, Sharon, first of all, runs her own bakery. She's a genius. I'm in love with her. And I told Bill, he thinks I'm joking. I'm not. That if anything ever happens to his dad, I'm going to marry his mom, and he is going to become my stepson because I love her with all of my heart, and I will win her heart just like she won mine with her delicious cookies. Okay, so he runs this amazing bakery, Cookies Worth Sharing. I'm gonna drop the link to the website because, guys, like, yes, Bill and I are friends, but it is not a joke or an exaggeration that these are the best cookies I've ever had in my life. Like, it was a spiritual experience. I did share some with my brother and his wife and children because I'm very kind. And also because she sent me like 3 dozen and it was just too many for me to eat on my own. And we had this whole text chat where they were just like, what is in these? Like, these are insane. Like, what? I don't know. So they're phenomenal. We are going to do a giveaway for one person to be sent a batch of these cookies. And before I get into that, whenever we were in this group chat planning this call, Bill is so kind, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna just send you guys cookies because I'm nice. And then Nick and Brianna got their cookies before me, and then like days went by, and I was like, Bill, where are my cookies? Like, I love you, and you don't.
For the record, I went on there and bought those cookies, and they were the best cookies I ever had.
Oh, okay.
So I highly recommend you find the link. Ask Bill for the link. Get on there and buy some. They're amazing if you don't get the free ones here.
Seriously, yeah. No, they're worth every penny. And also,
So good.
all the way from Pennsylvania to swamp
The
ass
US.
Louisiana, and they showed up in perfect condition and they were delicious and amazing. So like, don't worry about it. Buy them. But Bill, if you want to talk about this giveaway.
Yeah, so let's gamify this a little bit. Brooke,
Yeah.
if you could bring up the QR code, we have a trivia question.
Yeah.
And we'll maybe talk about some comments. And Brooke, if you could unpin the comment for a second, just because I don't know if it's
Oh,
cutting off the
sorry.
QR code.
Yes.
So the question is, first, I need to know your name so we know who to find if you get cookies. The actual question is, what was LinkedIn's original tagline when it launched in 2003? I tried to Google this. It might not be easy to find if you want to cheat, but the correct answer, we will select from those respondents and pick a random winner. If you are not in the United States and you're watching this and I can't ship it to you, we'll have to figure out something else. But that said, we'll let this QR code up for a second and we'll start capturing some responses. Should we look at some fun comments while we wait?
Yeah. I'll definitely, I don't want to pin them. So I don't know if you guys can see them because I just don't want to block the QR code. I do want to take a couple of minutes, but also let me scroll. By the way, there have been so many. I just want to thank everybody for showing up and being so active with us. You guys are like so fun. Like, I just want to keep going back to how amazing this community is and just like amazing. And also just to be honest, the confidence boost with me going from a year and a half ago, never existing online ever and being like public and honestly never even thinking that I was particularly funny either to now like blasting every thought that comes to my brain out on the internet and you guys don't hate me for it. And that's wild and crazy. And I say this all the time, but it's really not an exaggeration. Like if I can show up online, you can too. It's not a joke. Like if I can do it, I swear to God, you can too. Cause I don't have any secret sauce or magic spells I'm casting to make this happen. So I just want to thank each and every one of you. You guys are amazing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You said it better though, so I got nothing to add there. No, you guys freaking rock. This is a cool community. I'm really grateful that it came together in this really quite random way. I still, as mentioned earlier, pinch myself because I'm like, I didn't know any of these people in January, and now it's like my Discord will never stop. Actually, the Discord's relatively new. We learned how to break Facebook messages, LinkedIn messages.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say. LinkedIn does kind of suck with their DMs. And also I just want to point out that Andrew thought it was funny that I said, I'm going to marry your mom. Bill, I mean it. I mean, respectfully, it's you're going to be my stepson one day. It's fine. Just accept it.
I already have mom, so we got to figure out what your name's going to be, but we'll settle that offline.
Oh my gosh, no, they are amazing. I do want to leave this up for just a few more seconds, and then I am going to put the actual website banner up again because seriously, we believe in also supporting small businesses. Oh, last thing, I know we talked about this yesterday too, was DMs. And I know we're wrapping up on time, but again, just want to leave this up is I know all four of us were sharing that we feel so bad because we get so many amazing DMs from you guys. But like all four of us, we're one woman / man bands. Like it's just us. Right. And unfortunately, like, it's just not conducive or practical for us to answer each and every one because we also have like jobs and lives and things like that. But we appreciate it so, so much. And I know I'm definitely not the best at getting back with people. So like if there's something very important, please don't hesitate to ping me again. I'm just talking for myself. I'm not telling you to blow up everyone else's inbox, but because I do genuinely love whenever I get the chance to have coffee chats with you guys and connect with you one-on-one. And so if that's something on your list to do with me, please ask. Like, don't be afraid to. I love to meet you, whoever you are, wherever you are. That's like not a problem. But also, I'm sorry, like that I don't respond immediately or sometimes not at all. But I did want to bring up that point because we were all kind of agreeing on that yesterday whenever we were planning for this.
Yeah, I feel really bad about this in particular, but it's a scaling problem. Go ahead, Brie.
It is. I know. That's rough. Okay. I'm going to remove this. I hope everyone's had a couple minutes to vote. We will be selecting one person who lives in the United States because for shipping issues, so sorry to any of our international friends. We love you with all of our hearts. And yeah, guys, we want to thank you so much for joining the Funniest Hour on LinkedIn. it's a low bar. We've all had a blast, and I love that we get to show up and just be weird with you guys. Like you're incredible. We love you all so much with all of our hearts.
I agree.
All the love. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Maybe we'll do this again. I'll make a post with some of the best comments. Thank you all for showing up. We love you. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.